Dirt Vision is home to all the greatest shows on dirt. World of Outlaws sprints, late models, and Super Dirt Car Series. You also get Dirt Car Summer Nationals and weekly shows from America's top tracks. Dirt Vision has the best all-around live coverage with flexible options for casual and hardcore fans. No commitments, cancel anytime, apps for most devices. Get your Fast Pass now at dirtvision.com.
Wanted the best, you got them four abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws! Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to round number 8 of the 2022 World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series, powered by iRacing. It takes us to Weedsport Speedway as we get ready to go green this evening at one of the most unique shaped racetracks we are going to go to all season long. Tim Terry, Chase Rodman along for the ride, and Chase, you mentioned this racetrack last week. This could be a very intriguing round as we work towards crowning a champion here in 2022.
Yeah, and it's the first time that this series has ever visited this racetrack located in Upper New York, and Weedsport Speedway, the most unique track that I have personally ever been to. Turns 1 and 2 is unlike anything else that this series will visit on the schedule. I mean, there's about 4 or 5 different lines, 4 or 5 different ways to get through that corner, and it is going to provide for some really interesting racing here tonight as we take a look at what's left on the schedule. Not much is left, Tim.
No, there's not much. We've got 2 weeks after this to crown our champion, our top 15 that will retain their licenses for the next season. Volusia and the dirt track at Charlotte coming up in the next 2 weeks after tonight's round at Weedsport Speedway. Speaking about those championship standings, there they are on the screen. We're going to have a couple of shakeups, I believe, here this evening. We got one driver, at least I believe, that I haven't checked in the last couple of minutes. It's not in the session right now in the top 15 in points, so that might shake things up just a little bit. Got some drivers out back looking to get there, but that one up top, that's a big number for Evan C., 62 points.
Yeah, Blake Majulis has got to hope for some pretty bad runs here over the next 3 races for Evan C. if he wants any shot at this championship to become a 2-time World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series champion. But Evan C., if this is your first time watching, we ran, 7 races, I should say, and Evan C. has never finished worse than second. He's got 3 wins, average finish of 2 through the first 7 events. That is unbelievable consistency. I said it last week, I don't think we'll ever see a championship run like this again, Tim.
No, absolutely not. And he's going to need something miraculous in order to lose that gap that he does have back to second place. And when you look at this racetrack, we talked about its shape What do we expect here tonight?
Yeah, you take a look at the track map here. Weedsport Speedway, located in Weedsport, New York, normally hosts big block modifieds. The World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series visits this place on an occasion or two throughout the year. As you can see right there, this is the first time they've raced here at this track with this series, built in 1955. And yeah, the flagship track of the Super Dirt Car Series, the big block modifieds. And turns 1 and 2 might not look that weird right there from the track map, Tim, but once you see these guys go around that corner, it's so narrow in the middle. You got to have that left rear tire if you're on the bottom of the track right there in the moisture, or if you got that right rear and you're on the top side of the racetrack. Not a big cushion builds up around this place. Got to be really careful to not bounce the car off the wall. So this place is going to provide for some really, really good action. Not really sure what to expect, though, with these big late models here.
But we are going to quickly find out what at least to expect through our heat races, our 2 last chance showdowns, and then a feature tonight of 50 laps. Who is in heat number 1?
Yeah, let's take a look at the lineup here on the pole. Looks like it's going to be car number 41. That's the young driver out of Manchester, Pennsylvania. That is going to be Logan Rumsey for Slick Simsport. Outside of him, that is going to be the current points leader with the series from Spartanburg, South Carolina. That's the CFM Esports 33 of Evan C. Row number 2 on the inside, car number 19, it's Mike Augustine for Traction Control Motorsports out of Danville, Pennsylvania. And outside of him, it's car number 14 of J.D. Brown out of Bakersfield, California for Slick Simsport. Row number 3, the 157, that's going to be Drew Hopkins. He's out of Louisville, Kentucky, also one of the drivers for CFM Esports. And outside of him, the 38 car, that's Travis Oldfield for Elite Performance Industries out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Your final row on this one, how about Blake Majulis out back in this one, the driver out of Asheville, New York, the CFM Esports number 127, and outside of him, the 46 of Matthew Selby will round out the field for Powerhouse Performance. He is out of Louisville, Kentucky. Obviously, the one we're watching for this one is the 127 of Blake Majulis there. Tim, second in the point standings. His championship rival starts outside of row number 2. Majulis is in trouble here to start this thing off.
Yeah, he kind of dug himself a little bit of a hole last week, too, as you look at the format of this evening's racing schedule. 10-lap heats, no cautions in these heats, no cautions in the last chance qualifiers. Top 4 from each heat, top 2 from the last chance qualifiers. They will all congregate for a 50-lap feature later on this evening. So yeah, Blake Majulis is going to be one to watch. Travis Oldfield made his first A-main last week. He'll be in this one as well. You look down through the list, obviously Logan Rumsey has been one to watch all season long. Mike Augustine, I believe he's on a new team or a new to him team. He is going to roll from position number 3. He's made all the A-mains so far this season. Your weather as well, a little bit windy, 69 degrees, track temp is 70, partly cloudy, beautiful day to go racing on the sim as we get ready to see these cars roll momentarily.
And Logan Rumsey on the pole this one, and man, what a frustrating end to his race last week at Knoxville. Was up inside the top 5, challenging for a podium run, and on the last lap of the race ran out of fuel and killed his top 10 streak. Rumsey had been in the top 10 every single race this season, Tim, up until last week. He was going to continue that, ran out of fuel on the last lap, and fell all the way to 20th position, dead last in the feature. But now tonight, looking to rally here, and if he can win this heat race, he'll be on the pole of the feature event tonight.
Yeah, he'll look to get up there and make something happen. Your top 3 have been solid all season long, have transferred in to all of the A-mains that we have completed this year. You take a look at J.D. Brown. J.D. Brown's had a lot of speed the last couple of weeks, Chase, and it just has been on the wrong side of the inch when it comes to transferring in. We got 6 really quick race cars. You look back to Matthew Selby as well. In the 46, he's had a couple of good runs too. I don't think you can pick 4 of these cars to transfer. This is going to be a very exciting heat race.
Yeah, it sure is. And there's a couple guys out in the field tonight that do have experience in World Championship competition here at Weedsport. Logan Rumsey is one of them with the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series here on iRacing. J.D. Brown is another one of those guys. Blake Majulis, Kendall Tucker, James Edens, Alex Bergeron, just to name a few that do have World Championship competition under their belt here at Weedsport. We'll see if that is able to help them out tonight in the late model as we go green off of turn number 4. Rumsey's going to get the jump at turn number 1, and you'll quickly see why this track is so different, so weird here, especially on that end of the racetrack as we're coming around to complete lap number 1. Rumsey over C, Brown, and Augustine right now.
They continue to battle as the 157 kind of looks to that inside line. That is Drew Hopkins trying to pick up position at number 4 and transfer in. Augustine currently holding on to that position. Little slide to the inside and in behind. Here comes Majulis trying to make something happen.
Yeah, Majulis still got plenty of time here. 7 laps to go that time by. It's a little bit bottled up there behind the 157 of Drew Hopkins, a teammate to Blake Majulis there. So got to be careful there. Do not want to interrupt a teammate's run here, but Majulis knows he's got to go, and he has got to go now. He was in this situation last week and had to come out of the last chance showdown, ran that car up into the top 5, but he does not want to have to do all that work again here this evening. So Majulis right now trying to find a way by, but the track still has a lot of moisture in it. Going to be tough to pass until 3 or 4.
Yeah, you're going to want to be up on the wheel as you see Blake Majulis trying to make this happen, trying to pick up 2 spots in front of him. That battle for the lead as he gets tight off corner number 4 starting to happen. Evan C starting to look as Majulis looks underneath of Hopkins, gets a little close there as they battle door to door for position number 5.
A good race for 5th and a good race for the lead. Majulis slides in front of Hopkins and crosses back underneath him down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go that time by, and Majulis going to cross back to the inside of Hopkins down the back straightaway. And right there as well as the 46 of Matthew Selby. Up front though, look at this, a 3-car battle for the lead. Bump drafted down the front straightaway. Rumsey, C, and JD Brown there as well.
Great battles, almost 3 wide for that transfer position. That battle up top for the lead. Rumsey holding on, C, and JD Brown putting on a show. Good to see JD up on the wheel here in the late laps of heat race number 1 with just 2 laps to go.
2 to go, and Majulis last time by a 14.59 to Mike Augustine's 14.65. So Majulis is closing in, but he's running out of time. The white flag is up in the air. Final time here in heat race number 1. Rumsey has a good, decent lead there. I don't think that C is going to do anything crazy down here into 3 and 4 to try and steal the win. He'll look to the inside, but it's going to be Rumsey with the momentum on the high side. They take the win and be on the pole of tonight's 50-lap feature event, and with Majulis, Brown, and Augustine in the top 4.
C tried that move on the inside line, just could not make it work. Rumsey will win over C, Brown, and Augustine, and Blake Majulis comes up 1 spot short. Hopkins, Selby, and Oldfield complete your field. If it's any consolation for Majulis, they have a good start in the last chance showdown. I'm sure, though, he didn't really want to be here. Heat race number 2 coming up.
Now, how about the guy on the pole? This one has had an up-and-down year, to say the least. That is the driver out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, car number 4. That's Justin Norwood for 3D Racing. And outside of him, car number 25, 3rd-place finisher last week at Knoxville. Out of Mooresboro, North Carolina, it's the Ryco Motorsports 25 of Zach McSwain. 2nd-place finisher last week at Knoxville starts inside of row number 2. That'll be Dylan Wilson. Wilson comes to us out of Bakersfield, California for D1RT Racing. Outside of him, it's Austin Sessions from the Longdale, Oklahoma area, Mid-South Mafia, number 20 car. Row number 3 on the inside, it's the 0 of Christopher McGuire. House of Speed Esports sponsor, the driver out of Smith Stations, Alabama. And outside of him, car number 12, that's Ben Countermarsh out of Union, Kentucky, the Mud Duck Racing, number 12. Final starters in this one, the number 12 of Alex Bergeron from Drummondville, Quebec, Canada. The Team ABR setup shop, number 12 car. And outside of him, it's Cameron Kaysen. Kaysen from Dallas, Georgia, the Ryco Motorsports, number 18. Once again, 8 cars, 10 laps, top 4 to the feature. And, man, that 7th position has been holding down some pretty good contenders in these first 2 heat races. Blake Majulis in Heat 1 and now Alex Bergeron in Heat 2.
Yeah, this is going to be one to watch. And if you want to get on and start your iRacing career, whether it's on dirt, whether it's on pavement, whether it's on a road course, whether it's on whatever surface you want to get on, chances are you can find it on iRacing. Log on to iRacing.com today, and who knows, you might see yourself here on a Monday night in the future with the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series powered by iRacing. Everybody had to start somewhere. Get your career started today. And you look at this field, there are some surprises, as you mentioned, maybe some you look at Justin Norwood, he's had an up and down season as well. There is what they are shooting for, not only tonight, yeah, there's 300, 200, and 100 to win this evening, but there are top 10 payouts, and the pay window is starting to open just 3 weeks away.
Yeah, Evan C. in the prime position for a $10,000 check at the end of this year. Barring any unfortunate circumstances for him, he is in a great spot to take home probably the biggest payday that's ever happened in his life. I don't know if he's been to the casino and hit it big there, but this would be huge for Evan C. As you see, $4,000 for second, $2,000 for third, $1,000 for fourth, and $500 for fifth, all the way back to 10th. So some pretty good money. I want to say the purse, the entire purse with the race winnings as well, is $25,000 for a 10-race championship here on your computer. You just cannot beat that. Absolutely phenomenal stuff for these drivers to compete for. And like Tim mentioned, get your your career started on iRacing, and if you get good quick enough, we could see out here in just a few months with the World of Outlaws CarQuest Auto Parts Sprint Car Series, which is starting up not too long from now, Tim. So excited to get that underway as well.
That's going to be one to watch as well. Can't wait to see that one unfold. But getting ready to see this second heat race come to green, and we'll see Justin Norwood, Zach McSwain on the front row. Keep your eye on Austin Sessions in the 20 to the outside. Green flag flies. We are underway in this second heat race, and we'll see who ends up coming out of turn number 2. And it looks like the 25 of Zach McSwain going to hold on over Dylan Wilson, but a close battle in behind a transfer. Here comes Christopher McGuire.
McGuire to the inside of Austin Sessions down the front straightaway. McGuire going to try and roll bottom in turn number 1. Sessions going to have the limit on the high side. Now looks to the inside of Dylan Wilson down the back straightaway, trying to go 3 wide down the back stretch here at Weedsport. Here comes McGuire trying to slide up to the side of Austin Sessions. He's going to clear him off at turn number 4. Now a race for the lead up front. Here comes McSwain to the inside of Norwood.
Threw it to the inside, but that's about all it was. Battle behind them to transfer. Still looking at, almost looking at 3 wide as you look at the battle up top for the lead, and then in behind them. Oh, little close quarter racing one more time. It's going to get sideways as McGuire up the hill. Sessions in the wall.
Oh, they're 3 wide down the backstretch. Countermarsh, Bergeron, McGuire, and Kaysen all right there. 4 cars going for the final transfer. A little contact up the road as well for second. Wilson, Norwood, and McSwain going at it for the lead down the back straightaway. What do we got up front? It looks like McSwain's going to take the lead.
These drivers mean business. Norwood trying to get back to the inside, getting tight off of turn 4. It's going to be McSwain taking the advantage, and here comes Dylan Wilson. And don't look now, Alex Bergeron has caught your top 3. Your top 4 are starting to pull away from 5th on back. And once again, Norwood going to lose 1 more to Dylan Wilson.
And Bergeron is on the move from 7th up to 4th now. Looking to the inside, down the back straightaway of Justin Norwood. And Bergeron, man, like I talked about earlier, he's one of those few drivers that has World Championship experience here at Weedsport. It is coming into play here. He takes 3rd, and now he's going to look for 2nd up the road. Dylan Wilson, 3 laps to go.
Dylan Wilson holding on to 2nd. Bergeron up to 3rd. The question is, can Cameron Kaysen knock Justin Norwood out of a transfer position? As you ride on board with Cameron Kaysen, Norwood started on the pole of this heat race, just trying to hold on to transfer into the A main. Kaysen looking to the inside as they will come down the front straightaway and take the white flag. Can Cameron Kaysen pull it off, or can Norwood hold on to that final transfer position in front of them? McSwain leading through 3 and 4. Wilson trying to get to the inside, cannot get there, and Norwood behind them will hold on to a transfer position after falling quickly in the second half of that heat race. McSwain, Wilson, Bergeron, Norwood, your top 4. Kaysen, Sessions, McGuire, and Countermarsh will have to go through the last chance showdowns in just a bit. We are going to step away. We've got 2 more exciting heat races coming up and 2 last chance showdowns. Don't miss them. They're coming up next.
The greatest shows on dirt have the best fan gear in motorsports. Show your support for World of Outlaws sprints and late models. Go to worldofoutlaws.com and make your way to the Buy Now section in the upper right corner. You'll find hats, shirts, hoodies, and other great souvenirs for all fans. Spend $50 or more to get free shipping. Shop anytime at worldofoutlaws.com.
The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws! of Outlaws Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
The World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series is brought to you by ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. Pick up your ButtKicker today at thebuttkicker.com. And by World of Outlaws Dirt Racing. Drive like an outlaw. Available September 27th on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Pre-order your copy today.
Welcome back to Weedsport as we have two heat races in the books, Heat 3 and Heat 4. Coming up next, Chase, who is in this third heat?
Let's take a look on the pole of this one. The drivers out of Stockton, California, the D1RT Racing number 82, that's Desmond Busby, and outside of him, car number 23, that's where you're going to find Chase Barbara out of Ponchatoula, Louisiana. That's the House of Speed Esports, car number 23, and inside of row number 2, that'll be car number 2, Jesse Wall for Ryco Motorsports out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina, and outside of him, it's Blake Murray out of Gaffney, South Carolina, the Speedworks Mafia number 79 car. Row 3, the 21, that's Damian Kiefer out of Bloomingdale, Missouri, the Apex Industries number 21, and outside of him, from Naperville, Quebec, Canada, car number 91, it's Felix Roy. Final starter in this one, it's Barrett Bishop out of Mount Holly, North Carolina, the CFM Esports number 3. We've only got 7 cars here for heat race number 3, but man, Tim, what I've noticed so far in this one, none of our, I would say, perennial winners so far this year are going to be starting in the first couple rows of this feature. You got the winner of heat race number 1. That was Logan Rumsey. Heat race 2 heat race 2 was Zach McSwain, and then this one you got Busby up there. I mean, we could definitely be looking at a different winner here tonight than we've seen so far this year. It's been C and Majulis with 3, and then Cardwell with 1, but he's not even here tonight.
And you know what? Looking at this heat race, you've got Barrett Bishop, who was the qualifying series winner, as we are in Heat 3. Got one more heat to come after this as well, and then 2 last chance showdowns before we go to the 50-lap feature where caution laps will not count in that feature event. You look at Bishop, you look at Felix Roy, who has a podium finish earlier this season, has a couple of really strong runs after missing the first couple of rounds of this season. You've got Damian Kiefer, who is always one to watch. You've got Blake Murray, you got Jesse Wall, who are both capable of really good runs. Then you got Desmond Busby and Chase Barbara on the front row. This is a pretty stout heat race. They all are, but this one here I think is pretty intriguing because you got 2 really good race cars starting out back. You got 4 really good race cars in transfer positions. I don't know how you do this.
Yeah, Barrett Bishop is the one I'm watching for in this one, and we talk about it almost every week. He might be one of the worst qualifiers in the series, Tim, but he, I think, is one of the best drivers when it comes to feature competition. If you look at his average start in features, it is 11th. That is not too good. He's transferred through a lot of last chance showdowns, so Bishop needs to work on that qualifying speed, but when it comes to race speed, he is extremely good. We saw him get a 3rd place finish earlier this year at the Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55, nearly stole the win there. So in my opinion, the 3 car going to be on the move here towards the front of the field, but definitely a lot of contenders here in this one. And a lot of guys that are looking to have some decent runs here tonight. Chase Barbara, he's got to have a good run tonight. He is on that cut line to hold on to that license, that pro license next season. Right now he's 15th, just what looks to be 5 + 5 + 2. What is that, 12 points ahead of Drew Hopkins right now for 15th.
And he missed last week's event, so he's got to get up on the wheel, as do the other 6 in this heat race. Green flag flies. We are underway in the 3rd heat race. Busby up the hill. Here comes Barbara, trying to chase him down to the inside. Chase Barbara will be side by side with Desmond Busby going down into 3.
Tries to slide up the hill, gets into Busby a little bit off the corner. Barbara's going to lead lap 1. That's going to open up the door on the inside for Jesse Wall. Tries to get by Busby, cannot make the pass. Busby slots into the 2nd spot. We'll see what he does here with the 23 of Barbara, because I don't know if he's going to be too happy about that maneuver pulled on him right there.
We are 3 wide behind them for transfer position, and somebody got sideways there. It might have been Kiefer in the 21. It's dispatched the 79 of Blake Murray back 1 position to I say dead last in this field, but everybody is so close and on top of each other. Felix Roy has the transfer position. Here comes Barrett Bishop to the inside, trying to make something happen, and Blake Murray in behind, trying to do the same on Kiefer.
And Bishop's got the inside of the racetrack rolling. It's starting to come in, especially down here in 3 and 4. Pulls up alongside of Felix Roy, and at the line, Bishop has the spot. Still got to hang on for 6 more laps, though. Roy gets the wall right there, and that's going to give the 4th spot right there to Barrett Bishop. He's into a transfer.
But not for long as they continue to battle in behind as Bishop has the spot. Roy wants it. Damian Kiefer trying to work his way back up. You ride on board with Blake Murray. That is the last car in line right now, Chase, as he sees all the others in front of him. He's got to work on Roy to pick up one more here.
Yeah, he is right in the thick of things. Contact right in front of him between Kiefer and Roy, and Murray will slide in front of Roy, move him back up to the 6th position. Roy going to fight back to the inside into turn number 3. Might see his nose right here on the left side of the screen. Indeed you do. Roy fighting back underneath him, and Murray drives back around him on the outside.
Roy trying to get back to the inside. The 79 of Murray to the outside as they battle it out for that position. Up in front, there's Barbara. He has a little bit of company with Desmond Busby. Busby trying to get up there and make something happen for this heat race win. Question is, can he pull it off in the final lap of this race? They come up at a corner number 4 and see the white flag. Final lap in heat race number 3. Busby trying to make it happen and take away a heat race victory. But Chase Barbara has been solid all race long. He will go from 2nd to 1st and pick up the heat race victory. Barbara wins over Desmond Busby in the 82. They flip-flop from where they started 10 laps ago. Jesse Wall, Barrett Bishop, top 4. Kiefer, Murray, and Roy are going to have to work through a last chance showdown. And with Kiefer in there, that one is going to be tough. 4th and final heat race set to come to the racetrack.
On the pole, it's going to be car number 00 out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. It's Kendall Tucker for Swindell Speed Lab Esports, and outside of him, car number 13, Travis St. Clair for Max Group Simsport out of Nashport, Ohio. Row number 2 on the inside, the 357, that's Cody Sieber from Max Group Simsports. He's out of Clinton, Tennessee, and outside of him, from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, car number 10, Stephen Wilson will roll off from 4th. Row 3 on the inside, car number 50, that's Joe Cease for Warrior Racing out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. And out of Santa Rosa, California, car number 52, James Edens for Swindell Speed Lab Esports. Final starter, it's the 05, Nathan Waddell out of Anniston, Alabama. It's the Apex Industries, car number 05. 7 cars, 10 laps, the final 4 making their way into the feature straight out of the heat race. How about the qualifying effort tonight for the 13 at Travis St. Clair? Good run. He has not really had the finishes in the features this year, Tim. 20th, 19th, 9th, 17th, 17th, and 12th. And this right here could lead to his best run of the season if he can stay up there in 2nd for this heat race.
But I think the one thing you mentioned there, he has qualified for 6 of the 7 feature events so far this season. Might not have had the best performance that he's wanted to in those feature competitions, but he has had qualifying efforts for 6 of those. If you want to learn more about this series, whether it's standings, schedule, learn more information about the drivers, the spotter guide that they have, check out iRacing.com/WOOLM for World of Outlaws late model. How to race your way into the series, all that key information at iRacing.com/WOOLM, and keep up with all things with this World of Outlaws ButtKicker late model series powered by iRacing. And oh, by the way, the World of Outlaws dirt game coming up, dirt racing coming out September 27th, and you look at the calendar, Chase, that's a week and change away. So if you do not have your pre-order in, be sure to get it. You can learn everything at worldofoutlaws.game.com. Oh, by the way, Weedsport is in the World of Outlaws dirt racing.
Yeah, that game coming out, like you said, just over a week from today, and very excited to get my hands on that one. Remember, if you pre-order, you get a special Sammy Swindell paint scheme for your sprint car. That is absolutely awesome to see Slammin' Sammy Swindell as part of that pre-order bonus. So, yeah, get it, man. I'm definitely going to be getting it for, I want to say it's the PS5. I don't have a PS5, Tim, but my buddy that I travel around with on the road does, so I'm sure we'll pick it up, be able to play it in the hotel rooms at the World of Outlaws races. So, very excited to play that, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of cars, 6 different cars on the game, a lot of tracks to choose from, so it's going to be a whole lot of fun as we see who will take the win here in the final heat race of the night for the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series. Kendall Tucker in 00, Travis St. Clair in 13T. Top 4 moving on, 10 laps, and then we'll move on to our 2 last chance showdowns and the 50-lap feature from Weedsport Speedway. Pace truck going to hang a ride off the track, and we're going green this time by.
Green flag is up and we are underway. Keep your eye on that 50 car in this heat race at Joe Cease. I believe he may still be the only driver, at least competing this evening, that is yet to make an A main. As you see St. Clair on your screen, the 357 of Sieber to the inside. Stephen Wilson has a very hungry Joe Cease behind.
Yeah, Cease, I'd like to see him put it in the show here tonight. He's been trying all season long, just has not had things go his way here. We'll see if he can put it into the show here tonight. Rolling the bottom real nice right there, up alongside Wilson, but that top side momentum prevails for the number 10 car. And now Cease has got to deal with the 52 car James Edens, who had a really good run last week at Knoxville.
Side by side for position number 3, and Edens working his way up. There's Joe Cease on your screen with a handful of steering wheel trying to get, Wilson into the fence, and that is going to allow, it was going to allow Cease to get in there, but look at the 52 to the outside. James Edens wants a piece.
Yeah, and that's not what Cease wanted to see, man. He got that, he got the opportunity he needed, but James Edens able to drive around him on the outside. Top of the racetrack seems to be the preferred groove, with Cease the only Lone Ranger down there. Now he slots in a line in front of the 10 car of Stephen Wilson. Up front, it's all about Kendall Tucker. That time by a half-second lead over Travis St. Clair, Cody Sieber, and James Edens 6th up to 4th now in car 52.
Up in front, Tucker has pulled away by those couple of lengths. The battle is to transfer as the 357 of Sieber holds on to 3rd. 4th is Edens, and here comes Cease, and not too far behind Wilson, a part of that battle as well. They are going to fight and fight hard as Wilson tries to get the top side working to try to take away one from Cease. Looks to the inside here, maybe down to the corner.
Yeah, big run down the front stretch, and that slider, slams the wall for Stephen Wilson. Did not judge that one too well and just absolutely hammered the fence in turn number 2, allowed Nathan Waddell to go by, and Wilson goes from 5th to 7th in an instant right there as the white flag comes out the next time by, as James Edens closes up on the back bumper a little bit of the 357 of Cody Sieber.
As the Waddell number 5 tries to take one away from Cease. This is the battle for 5th. Up in front, it is all Kendall Tucker, as the 00 will round the final set of corners and come to the checkered flag. Kendall Tucker will win heat race number 4. Travis St. Clair holds off a hard-charging Cody Sieber to come home with 2nd. James Edens in a 4th, keeping Sieber honest ahead of him. And Cease, Waddell, and Wilson complete your field. Those last 3 will go to a last chance showdown. We've got 2 of them. The first one is up next. Don't go away.
This November, dirt racing's most celebrated stars align in an electrifying spectacle. The World of Outlaws World Finals. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte as the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, World of Outlaws Case Late Models, and Super Dirt Car Series Big Blocks collide. 4 action-packed nights, 3 season champions. Get your tickets now. November 2nd through the 5th at the dirt track at Charlotte.
The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws! World of Outlaws Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
The World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series is brought to you by ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. Pick up your ButtKicker today at thebuttkicker.com. And by World of Outlaws Dirt Racing. Drive like an outlaw. Available September 27th on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Pre-order your copy today.
Welcome back to Weedsport. 4 heat races have been completed. We have decided 16 of our 20 starters here this evening for round number 8 of the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series, powered by iRacing. 2 last chance showdowns, 2 to the main from each. Chase, who is starting in race number 1?
We've got the 127. Blake Majulis currently second in the point standings, the 2019 Series champion. On the pole next to him is the 21 car of Damian Kiefer. Row number 2 on the inside, 157 car. That's the teammate to Blake Majulis, Drew Hopkins, out of Louisville, Kentucky. Outside of the 79 car, that's going to be Blake Murray. Row 3, 46 car of Matthew Selby, and outside of Selby, the 91 of Felix Roy. Final starter for this one, the 38 car, that is Travis Oldfield. So 7 cars in this one, 12 laps, but this time just the top 2 will transfer to the back of the feature event. As you can see, that is what is left on tonight's race program. 2 LCQs and a 50-lap main event. And man, I think Majulis, you could definitely count on him being one of those 2 transfers, Tim, but the other one, it's pretty up in the air, I would say.
And taking a quick look at my notes for this second LCQ as well, there is no weak link in the chain. But this heat race, or this last chance showdown, got Felix Roy at the back, who we know is very capable of pulling something off and getting up here to the top 2. Matthew Selby has been quick all season. Drew Hopkins has kind of been a dark horse this year. But you look at those top 2, Blake Majulis and Damian Kiefer, I think those are the 2 favorites in this first LCQ. But how do you get by them in order to take away a spot if you're Drew Hopkins, if you're Blake Murray, if you're those 2 on row number 2? It is going to be tough to get there. This is going to be a very stout first last chance showdown.
What I would like to mention here is Damian Kiefer coming off a bad week at Knoxville. The first feature that he did not make was 5th in the last chance showdown last week. And on the other hand, Matthew Selby, car number 46, he starts back in 5th here, Tim, had his best run of the season with a 7th place run at Knoxville. So maybe a little momentum switch there for those 2 drivers. That could play into the hands potentially of the 46 of Selby here if he gets rolling. Interested to see what he can do after having a really, really good run last Monday night. But, you know, Kiefer, he's been solid all year long. 4th, 13th, 18th. Okay, maybe not as solid as we thought. He's only had 1 or 2 top 10s, but he's been able to make the show just about every time. So the 127 and the 21, like you mentioned, I think are definitely the 2 favorites for this one. But I would not be surprised to see somebody come up and go get them.
And you look to the outside of row number 3, we see Felix Roy, and I think Felix has had the best part-time season, I guess if you can call it. Missed a couple of races at the start of the year, but didn't really look that terribly good in his heat race. So we'll see if he can step it up and put that thing into a top 2 position, but it's a long way to go in a very short time to get there. Only 12 laps to get this job done. Blake Majulis and Damian Kiefer on the front row. Keep your eye on Hopkins and Murray in row number 2 to see if they can make a move into a transfer position and transfer into round number 8 at Weedsport. Green flag in the air. We are underway, and already a battle for position number 2. Here comes Hopkins.
Wow, Hopkins got the bottom rolling early on in this one. Oh, and Kiefer gets hit from behind. Blake Murray is turning him down the straightaway, gets into the side of him in the corner, and pushes him off the racetrack. I'm not sure if there was some beef there in the heat race. I don't even know if they were in the same heat race, but Blake Murray not playing nice there with Damian Kiefer. It pretty much eliminates him out of this thing.
It kind of got into him, kind of pushed him a little bit, and then kind of gave him the hip check at the end. Speaking of hip check, there's Felix Roy into the side of the 46 of Selby. Selby looking to the outside of the 38 of Oldfield. We have 4 cars, and this is a great battle. This is a very intriguing battle, but unfortunately, there's no transfer spot to be had here.
Yeah, what a move right there by Travis Oldfield. Slides in front of Blake Murray. Murray crosses back underneath him. Little contact getting into the corner, and there's some more off the corner as Selby turns the 38 back straight. They all keep going down the back straightaway. But now, you talked about it, they are losing ground to the top 2 that time by. Blake Murray was about a second, or over a second behind Drew Hopkins here, so he's got to either put together the best laps of his life or hope that Drew Hopkins makes a big mistake.
And Hopkins has about a half second between himself and the leader, Blake Majulis. Majulis kind of checked out so far. Oh, around goes Roy in the 91 and up and over. That's a tough break for the 91 after racing so hard and coming so close in this one. It's not going to happen this evening for the 91.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why wasn't there a caution, this is your first time watching, we do not have caution flags in the heat races or the last chance showdowns. Caution flags do come out for the feature. So if you're wondering why that guy went upside down, there was no yellow, that is the reasoning there. As we ride on board now with Selby back and forth, trying to get by Blake Murray, looks to the inside to turn number 1, and is not going to be able to make that pass quite yet, is able to roll the bottom really nice, knows the head of Blake Murray down the back straightaway, and now tries to throw a slider on him. He's got it.
He's got the focus, but he's going to have a little more to try to get up to Hopkins. Got about a second and change to catch the 1:57, and only 4 laps or so to get there, but a very intriguing battle for position number 3 on back. Murray now under fire from Oldfield. Oldfield trying to move up 1 more position and take 4th place away, but that's all it is 4th place. We're taking those top 2, and Majulis now has over a second lead on Hopkins.
Yeah, curious here, watching Blake Majulis up at the front of the field, running the top down in turns 1 and 2, and then it looked like in 3 and 4 the last couple times by, he is running the inside of the racetrack, and that is indeed the case. So top 1 and 2, bottom in 3 and 4 for Majulis, and I'm sure he's out there searching around, Tim, trying to find a line that's going to work for him in that feature event, because he's going to have to pass a lot of cars. The white flag is up in the air.
Final lap of competition for Blake Majulis, and he is going to have some work to do, but he's got mission number 1 accomplished. He has made his way in to the feature event through the last chance showdown. Majulis and Hopkins are your top 2. They will transfer on. Everybody else behind, Selby, Oldfield, Kiefer, Murray, and Roy, are all headed to the trailer after that first last chance showdown. We got 1 more to come. Our final 2 transferees will come from this last chance showdown. Who is a part of this one?
Looks like the 18 car of Cameron Kaysen's going to be on the pole of this one. Outside of him, it's the 50 car of Joe Cease, trying to make his first feature event of the season. Row 2 on the inside, the 20 car, Austin Sessions, and outside of him, the number 5 of Nathan Waddell. Row 3, and this is an interesting row here, Christopher McGuire and Steven Wilson. And in your final starter in this one, it's going to be car number 12, Ben Countermarsh. But, man, that 3rd row is the one I'm watching for to come forward here in this one. McGuire, he has made a pretty good amount of features so far this year. The same is to be said for Steven Wilson, and they are going to be fun to watch, but I think all eyes here are on Joe Cease. A lot of people want to see the underdog put in the show here tonight for the first time this year.
Yeah, I think if you look at that 3rd row, McGuire had a really good run going in his heat race, and Wilson, without a couple of slaps to the wall, probably would have transferred in through his heat race. So they've got a small little hill to climb, sitting in positions 5 and 6 respectively, but they've got some laps to do it in 12 laps. Austin Sessions as well up there in position number 3, looking to make something happen, and just 1 spot out of a transfer. Once again, if you want to get on board, do a little bit of dirt racing, or maybe you want to go pavement oval racing, whether you want to do some road racing, whatever the case may be, your cup of tea can be found over here at iRacing.com. Get your career started today as you take a look at that beautiful number 18 car set to roll from the pole in Cameron Kaysen, and then Joe Cease on the outside, the underdog, looking to take 1 away and finally make an A-main.
Yeah, Tim, you talk about starting your iRacing career. Man, it seems like not too long ago I started my iRacing career, and I looked on my profile the other day and I got the 10-year badge. Insane that I've been on iRacing for 10 years. Does not feel like it's been that long, but had a lot of fun over the years on the sim, and I made a lot of friends that I would have never met in real life. And I'm sure, Tim, I think you probably got a longer, streak than I do, right? It's got to be more than 10 years for you.
It's one of those things that when you get old, you just stop counting.
Right,
I think that's probably where I am right about now. I'd have to go back and take a look and see how far I've been, but I know my broadcasting side of things probably outnumbers the racing side of things, but nevertheless, get on here, have some fun, make some new friends, enjoy some new friendships, and do some racing as well and have some fun. Like these drivers are about to, is next time by, we will go racing in our final last chance showdown to transfer 2 more in and have our field for our 50-lap green flag lap only feature as Cameron Kaysen and Joe Cease are currently in those 2 positions. We'll see if they end there after 12 laps. Sessions, Waddell in row number 2 going to be searching here on this green flag to try and make something happen. Pace truck going to peel off, and there is the 18 on the hammer. Green flag flies. Great start for Kaysen. Here comes Sessions.
Yeah, and Cease already hit the wall in the front straight. A little bit of damage to the right rear quarter panel on the 50 car. He's going to give up second early, but still a long ways to go here in this last chance showdown. And now a little contact with the 0 McGuire, and hard to the wall right there. And that might spell the end for Joe Cease. Thought he was going to have a great shot here tonight. He's not out of it yet, Tim, but a lot of damage to the right side.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go now. The battle is for position number 3 as we check that position number 4 as Countermarsh has the 5 of Waddell, and Wilson, there goes the 5. Waddell way up the hill through the slider. It definitely did not work as Steven Wilson goes to the inside of Countermarsh, and they continue to battle for 4th. Top 2 are breaking away, and we might have a battle for the lead on our hands.
We indeed do, as Kaysen up the track. Austin Sessions on the bottom. He'll nose ahead down the back stretch as they are 3 wide there for the 4th position. Waddell gets in the side of Steven Wilson. Close call there off the corner. But now the top 2 battle. Here comes Christopher McGuire into the picture. Remember, the top 2 are the only ones transferring in, and as they race like that, everybody behind them is going to catch up to them.
McGuire in the 0 car looking for something to happen to these 2 battling in front. There goes Sessions. Sessions gets the break. He will take the lead, and now McGuire works to the inside of Cameron Kaysen. Halfway this time by, and Cameron Kaysen is, well, dead even at the stripe with McGuire for that final transfer position.
And we talked about row number 3, Christopher McGuire and Steven Wilson. They've moved up a row, as you could say there. They are now 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. Now McGuire is 2nd off the corner, but Kaysen's got it the line. 5 laps to go. There's some contact into the corner between McGuire and Kaysen. Kaysen hangs on to it. Meanwhile, Sessions is not getting away from these guys, Tim.
Sessions just has barely enough of a lead in order to transfer in as the 18 of Kaysen again off of turn 4. Has that run. McGuire has that inside line. Looks to get the run. He'll do so this time and take 2nd place. Can Kaysen now get back at McGuire to try to take it away? And oh, by the way, McGuire putting the pressure on Austin Sessions to try to take the lead position away. They'll combine this next time with 2 laps to go, and Kaysen needs to dig deep here.
Yeah, Kaysen goes back to the top of the racetrack. Sessions on the bottom, McGuire through the middle right there in 3 and 4. 3 lines on that end of the racetrack. Top 2 both go to the bottom, slide up to the middle, diamond it off the corner, and Kaysen is losing ground. He falls out of the picture right there. McGuire, does he try and make a move here on the last lap? Kaysen is driving it deep into the corner as they head to the white flag that time by. Now Kaysen goes bottom, McGuire to the top, side by side in the corner.
McGuire went high that time. Kaysen able to get to the inside. Final set of corners coming to the checkered flag. Sessions is going to win this one, and McGuire is going to get the run enough to hold on to position number 2. Kaysen gave it a run, but McGuire from 5th to 2nd is going to transfer in behind Austin Sessions. Cameron Kaysen, Steven Wilson, Nathan Waddell, Ben Countermarsh, and Joe Cease. Heartbreak again after starting on the outside of row number 1. That's all we got, except for one 50-lap main feature event. Round number 8 coming up after this.
Vision is home to all the greatest shows on dirt. World of Outlaws sprints, late models, and Super Dirt Car Series. You also get Dirt Car Summer Nationals and weekly shows from America's top tracks. Dirt Vision has the best all-around live coverage with flexible options for casual and hardcore fans. No commitments, cancel anytime, apps for most devices. Get your Fast Pass now at dirtvision.com.
You wanted the best, you got them for a rest. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws! Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
The World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series is brought to you by ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. Pick up your ButtKicker today at thebuttkicker.com. And by World of Outlaws Dirt Racing. Drive like an outlaw. Available September 27th on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Pre-order your copy today.
World of Outlaws Dirt Racing coming, well, September 20th. That's next week. If you do not have your pre-order in yet, worldofoutlawsgame.com for your favorite console. List it below. First time in almost 20 years there's been a console game for the World of Outlaws. Get your hands on it. Get your pre-order in because it's coming next week. Cannot wait for it. Weedsport in the game. The career mode looks awesome. Several different divisions. Chase, I don't know what we're waiting for.
Yeah, we're just waiting for September 27th, pretty much. I mean, that by the time that date rolls around, Tim, we are going to be playing. I'm going to be racing against you and probably beating you, probably, if I had to guess. But
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, that is awesome. Can't wait for that to come out. But it is time for our feature event, Tim. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup with some new faces, some new names up at the front. We could see a first-time series winner here tonight. On the pole, it's car number 41, Logan Rumsey out of Manchester, Pennsylvania. And outside of him, car number 25, Zach McSwain out of Mooresboro, North Carolina. Row number 2, it's car number 23, Chase Barber out of Ponchatoula, Louisiana. And outside of him, it's Kendall Tucker out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. Row number 3, the 33, current series point leader, it's Evan C. He is out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. And outside of him, car number 80, Dylan Wilson out of Bakersfield, California. Row number 4 from Stockton, California, the 82 of Desmond Busby. And outside of him, it's 13 of Travis St. Clair from Nashport, Ohio. Row number 5, J.D. Brown from Bakersfield, California. And car number 14, outside of him, the 12 of Alex Bergeron. He's from Drummondville, Quebec, Canada. Row number 6, the number 2 car, it's Jesse Wall from Boiling Springs, South Carolina. And outside of him, the 357, Cody Sieber from Clinton, Tennessee. Row 7, the 19 of Mike Augustine from Danville, Pennsylvania. And outside of him, car number 4, that'll be Justin Norwood out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Row 8, the 3 of Barrett Bishop. Bishop coming to us out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. And outside of him, the 52 car, James Edens from Santa Rosa, California. And your 4 drivers out of Last Chance Showdown. 127, Blake Majulis out of Asheville, New York. And outside of him, the number 20, Austin Sessions from Longdale, Oklahoma. Final 2 starters, the 157, Drew Hopkins out of Louisville, Kentucky. And the 0 of Christopher McGuire from Smith Stations, Alabama. 20 cars, 50 times around. Round number 7, actually round number 8, I should say, of the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series here from Weedsport.
What a beautiful field. Sun beginning to set. We should be okay to finish this one under the daylight, but the lights may end up coming on before this thing is all said and done. We'll see what kind of race we get, whether we get a lot of green flag racing. This racetrack has been tight. It's been providing some great racing this evening. I think we only saw one real spill in the heats and the last chance qualifier to get to this 50-lap feature where green flag laps only will count. So maybe we'll see this one go green to checkered. Who knows?
Yeah, last week was pretty impressive for those guys to go all 50 laps with not a single yellow. I'd be impressed if they did it again here on the tight confines of Weedsport Speedway, but we are talking about the 20 best Pro Series dirt racing drivers in the entire planet, on the entire planet, I should say. So I'm expecting a good race here. We've got some good names up front. Logan Rumsey, it's cool to see him up there. The 23 at Chase Barbara, cool to see him up there. And man, we've got a good race ahead of us. I think we see a surprise winner tonight, Tim.
I think the big question is with these drivers up front, Evan C. is going to start in position number 5. He still has some great track position when we roll off here. Does he continue the top 2 streak that we have seen all season long from the 33? Dylan Wilson to the outside, Desmond Busby there as well. They had good runs. J.D. Brown was really strong in his heat race, rolling off with a top 10 starting effort here this evening. But Logan Rumsey, Zach McSwain, we saw McSwain qualify real well a couple of rounds ago, trying to close the deal on this one and get that big elusive checkered flag, but he's going to have to hold off 19 of the best from the outside of row number 1. Rumsey being the control car to the inside as we get ready to go racing for round at number 8 of the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series, powered by iRacing. Logan Rumsey, Zach McSwain, your front row as we work down the back straightaway, coming to the green flag for the first of 50 green flag laps of competition here this evening on a beautiful Monday evening. Pace truck is off field in command of Logan Rumsey, and he is gone. Green flag flies. We're underway in round number 8. Hangs quickly the 41 to the advantage, the 23 of Chase Barbara. Now looking for third on the 00 of Kendall Tucker. Tucker working to the outside.
Yeah, Tucker way up on the outside of the racetrack, and kind of like what we saw last week at Knoxville, the track did not get any prep to it before this feature event. It is slick right off the get-go here, and C is already working 3 wide on the bottom to the inside of Chase Barbara. Evan C gets into the side of Barbara, moves him up out of the way, and C's up to third.
In behind them, they were 2 and almost 3 wide as St. Clair trying to come through in that green and black number 13 car to the inside of Kendall Tucker. Desmond Busby makes a move in front of them. The 25 of Zach McSwain looked at the lead that last time by on Logan Rumsey, but that's all it was. Behind them, Barbara and Wilson going at it with Busby and that 82 car to the inside.
Yeah, Wilson's on the move from 6th now up to 4th, gets in front of the 23 of Barbara, down the front straight, move the 80 car up to P4. They are side by side right there for about 7th. The 82 of Busby, the 00 of Tucker, and now C looking underneath the 25 of McSwain for 2nd. Here comes Evan C off the corner. He's got 2nd for a moment, but McSwain drives back around on the outside.
Still holding on to that position, door to door, the 33 to the inside of Evan C, trying to take it away. And don't look now, here comes Dylan Wilson. Wilson trying to occupy the line that C had. To the inside, though, goes McSwain. Beautiful little move back to the inside as McSwain tries to take 2nd place back. Wilson trying to take 2 for 1 as he looks to the inside of the 2.
Absolutely impressive stuff from, whoa, that was close right there. A little contact between Barbara and the 80 of Wilson allows the 00 of Tucker to get back around the 23 car off the turn number 2 down the back straightaway. But man, like I was saying, Evan C, I don't know what he is able to do to that race car, Tim, but he is just unbelievable how fast he is every week. Doesn't matter what track it is, the shape, the size, he finds his way to the front, and he is currently riding in his average finishing position through the first 7 races. He has not finished worse than 2nd any time this season.
Been watching the little battle here around 8th place or so, as you see it there. Kendall Tucker, just ahead of this battle, or just kind of leading this battle, is really testing that cushion on the outside, at least for these drivers that are up in the top 10. I think he's been the highest of any of these drivers. He battles with Busby for around position number 6, just ahead of this battle for 8th, where you see J.D. Brown and the likes going after it. Alex Bergeron there, St. Clair in the 13. Up top, battle for the lead as Evan C. tries to look to the inside of Rumsey. Rumsey currently has that top spot, but Evan C. wants it.
little bit tight off the corner there for Rumsey. Allows the 33 to the inside. Off of turn number 4, you've got a new race leader, or do you at the line? It looks like Rumsey was able to lead on lap number 13. Does not give it up easily to Evan C. The 41 wants to win this one bad after the bad luck last week at Knoxville. C slides in front of him, throws the slider, and Rumsey's got no answer for it.
And Rumsey falls to second. Evan C. is your leader, and these two continue to battle it out almost a second ahead of McSwain and the rest of this field. Great battles all throughout. As you ride on board with Logan Rumsey trying to hold on to position number 2 and mount some sort of charge for Evan C. Something that not many can say that they have all season long, but Rumsey P2 trying to keep the 33 in sights.
Update on the second place driver in points. Blake Majulis has now cracked into the top 10 after starting 17th on the field. Majulis up to 10th, and we saw him do some spectacular things last week at Knoxville after coming out of the last chance showdown, as Rumsey is still keeping C within striking distance here in case he does get into trouble. But there's the 127 right there behind the 14 of J.D. Brown, trying to get by him for the 9th position.
These passes going to continue to get tougher as they go through. Bergeron, little crossover in front of them. J.D. Brown going to have Majulis to the inside. Majulis had that door open by the 12 of Bergeron, and now he's trying to get back to the inside. Brown with a power move off the corner, going to take that position back. And here comes Barrett Bishop. Bishop started deep in this field as well at 15th place. So Bishop and Majulis still move. Oh, hello. Up the hill goes Brown with a little contact with Majulis behind.
Yeah, Brown not going to be happy about that, but I don't think Majulis will have to worry about him catching back up after slamming the wall off of turn number 4. Now Bishop sees that door open, and he is going to try and take away the 9th position from Blake Majulis off of turn number 4. Not going to happen. Majulis has the spot, but up ahead of him, Bergeron is making some moves. He gets by the 82 of Busby, moves up to the 7th spot.
If I'm Majulis, I better get to moving, because the 14 of J.D. Brown is on the move and trying to get back to that 127 as they battle with Bishop. Norwood to the inside on the move. Augustine in the 19 to the outside. Travis St. Clair fell a couple of positions at the start of this one, trying to hold on for what it's worth into that number 13 just outside the top 10. There's some great racing here as we close in a little closer to the halfway point. We've already completed 21 laps.
Yeah, I'm surprised J.D. Brown did not fall way farther behind than what he did right there. He does have a chance to catch back up to Majulis if he wants some payback. Here's the race for the 4th spot. Wilson the 80, Barbara in the 23, and Tucker in the 00. Good stuff up here just inside of the top 5, and Tucker trying to get by Barbara down into turn number 3, rolls the bottom. Not going to do it there as the race for second starts to heat up between McSwain and Rumsey.
Rumsey trying to hold on over McSwain as they battle it out. There it is right there on your screen as the Rumsey number 41 has that 25 to the outside. And don't look now, Wilson back there as well. He's kind of been quiet tonight. Chase sitting back there in position number 4 as Rumsey goes high, here goes low with McSwain. They are back to side by side. Rumsey going to try to pitch it in to the corner and keep that position. McSwain trying to take it away.
And Wilson closing in on both of them. The 80 car might be one of the best on the racetrack right now. That last time by, he was a 10th faster than those two drivers in front of him, but nobody running lap times close to Evan C. right now. He's in the 15.2s, everybody else in the 15.3s and 4s. So here's a look at McSwain. He's got that the VR headset on. He's got the a big steering wheel on that thing with the tape on it down the middle. McSwain is looking strong here tonight, looking for a 2nd podium in a row.
And he's got the VR headset going as well, and trying to get that thing looking to the inside of the 41 of Rumsey. Rumsey's doing a great job holding on to position number 2. You'd have to believe that he wants a little bit more out of this evening, but Evan C. has absolutely gapped the rest of this field, and now he's got to play that little bit of defense to hold on to that position. We almost had a moment back here from position number 4 behind Wilson.
We do.
Has had a moment, and they're still stacking up in behind. Somehow we're still green.
And the big benefactor out of that one was Alex Bergeron. He's now up to the 6th position as a couple cars get together right in front of him. Bergeron, where did he start at? Back in 10th, so he hasn't moved forward a ton. But the 12 car having his best run of the season right now in car number 12. And looking for more here as he does. He hits in the back of Kendall Tucker down in turn number 1.
And Gets off him just enough for them to keep it back straight. Barbara to the outside. I looked back and Wilson was 6th or 7th at one point and able to get back away from this pack. Barbara had a lot of heavy rear end damage. Tucker gets a little tag from the 23 as the 12 of Bergeron holds on. Busby a part of this, and oh boy, here comes Blake Majulis to the inside. That's all he needed to capitalize to pick up a couple of spots here.
Yeah, Majulis is rolling some hot bottom right now to the inside of Chase Barbara. Grabs the grip off of turn number 2 and rockets up to the 7th position from 17th to 7th. We saw it last week when Majulis drove way up from the tail end of the field up to 6th, and he's trying to do it again here tonight. The 127. Fun to watch from the back. I'm sure he doesn't like it as much as we do, Tim.
What an incredible battle going on. Let's enjoy this one as we pin it and go full throttle. One of those looks that we had from Justin Norwood, I think, really paints the picture really well with all those cars in front of him kind of just on top of each other, battling for position as Tucker might have got the inside a little bit there as Wilson tries to take it away, and Majulis enters the top 5 for the first time this evening.
And I'm curious to see what happens here. Remember last week at Knoxville, the 00 and the 127 got together, racing for position after Majulis drove from the tail, and then he, Tucker threw a slider, got into the left front, and then the next corner, Majulis ran into the back of him. I'm not really sure if that'll spill over to net this week here at Weedsport or not, but we're about to find out as Majulis is all over the 00 down the backstretch for the 4th position.
Race car drivers do not forget, and I'm sure these two are going to try to rekindle something here as we see Majulis on the back bumper of Tucker. Tucker holding on to the spot. Majulis looking to the inside, trying to make something happen and pick up one more position, move him up one more. Tucker goes high, Majulis goes low as they battle with Wilson and Bishop in tow.
Closing in on 5 laps to go already here from the Weedsport Speedway. It's been all Evan C. 3.5 second lead over the 41 of Rumsey and the 25 of McSwain, who just took the 2nd spot. They're side by side for 2nd down into turn number 1.
2nd position up for grabs, and Logan Rumsey trying to take it back after starting from the pole. McSwain has started in the outside and trying to settle this one amongst themselves. They've got a big advantage back to position number 4. It's about 3 seconds or so, but they don't want to get too racy as Rumsey in behind him tries that run to the outside.
Rumsey's still going to have a solid run here tonight. There's no way he finishes worse than 3rd unless he plugs that thing in the fence, as Majulis has now got by Tucker. Majulis has drove from 17th to 4th without a single caution in 47 laps. Majulis, he's not going to catch Rumsey, but it is still a hat-shakeable effort from the 127 here tonight. What a drive from that driver out of Asheville, New York.
And if he doesn't get a caution, that's where he's going to finish. But these drivers have been putting on an incredible show. A lot of respect between these drivers in the first 47 laps of competition. Bergeron working that high side in that battle just behind these guys, trying to get Barrett Bishop for position number 7 in the late laps of this one. But up in front continues to be Evan C. C has been incredible this year. He's on the white flag lap, final lap of competition, and he is going to extend his streak of top 2 finishes to 8. Evan C. is your winner at Weedsport. Zach McSwain in 2nd, Logan Rumsey in 3rd. Great battle with those two in the late laps. Blake Majulis was closing in. Not going to happen. Almost 9 seconds behind over 50 laps, coming from 17th to 4th as Evan C. pulls it into victory lane. A winner once again in this series, and what a season for the 33.
I'm telling you, we will never see anything like this again in this World Championship competition. I mean, that is absolutely insane. 8 races, he's won 4 times, and he's finished second the other 4 times, and his lead has just gotten larger. That average finish will stay at 2nd. Just incredible stuff out of the driver from Spartanburg, South Carolina. And honestly, at this point, Tim, I hope he does it for the next 2 weeks. That would be pretty darn impressive. Zach McSwain in 2nd, Logan Rumsey, Blake Majulis, Kendall Tucker, the top 5. Then we've got Dylan Wilson, Barrett Bishop, Desmond Busby, Alex Bergeron, and Chase Barbara. Then we have 11th through the 20th position. We've got J.D. Brown, Mike Augustine, Justin Norwood is back there, along with James Edens, Travis St. Clair, Christopher McGuire, Austin Sessions, Jesse Wall, Cody Sieber, and Drew Hopkins. Those 2 going a lap down to the leader in the closing laps. Well, Tim, we are just about ready to talk to tonight's feature winner in just a moment.
What an incredible effort once again by Evan C. and Chase, I believe you have caught up with our winner once again, our championship point leader, Evan C.
And Evan, man, impressive stuff here again, driving from 5th to the win and keeping that top 2 streak alive, my friend. That is just absolutely impressive. That check you're going to get at the end of the year is going to be a large one. But, man, it seems like any track we go to, shape or size, that 33 car is absolutely rolling.
Yeah, I mean, ran a league race in this track last night, and felt pretty good in it and won it, and just carry it over, the setup stuff that we learned last night to tonight, and it just worked out for us.
Man, oh man, it's been a whole lot of fun to watch. Does that, do you think about that top 2 streak in your head right now? Because I talked to Tim about it. We're never going to see something like this again. Do you think about that at all, trying to keep that streak alive?
I mean, not really. I missed a line in qualifying tonight, and I just wanted to have a clean race tonight. Anywhere in the top 5 would have been fine with me, but the bottom opened up for me in the beginning there, and we can just hit the bottom real good, and I got to the lead, or at least got to 2nd faster than I expected, but I think that was we had just a really good setup, and I was able to just get around the bottom a little bit better than anybody else in front of me. And, once we got 2nd there, I knew that I just kind of had to take my time and, see where Logan was a little bit slower than me. And, it seemed like, again, we were just able to hit the bottom a little bit better and, took advantage of that.
Well, you sure did take advantage of another $300 payday heading your way, Evan. Nice job tonight. It's been fun to watch, and we'll see you next Monday night at Volusia.
Yep, thank you.
Evan C., the winner once again for the 4th time in 2022, and the driver in 2nd with a 2nd consecutive podium finish tonight. Zach McSwain, your best finish of the year. Got by Rumsey late in the race, but man, Evan C. about 4.5 seconds ahead of you up the road, but still you got to be happy with a 2nd place finish.
Oh yeah, for sure. Didn't really know how the race was going to go here. Not one of my best tracks, and was able to get that heat race win there, and that was key because I knew track position was going to be tough here. Figured the race would kind of be a wreck fest or whatever. It's pretty tight here, but that's pretty cool. It went 50 laps green, and was able to bring home 2nd, so that's awesome for us.
And it seems like the last at least 2 races, the track prep crew has been non-existent before the feature event. I feel like we see a lot of the times early in the year, the track would be reset, it'd be fresh for the feature. But man, the last 2 weeks, they've kept it slick and it gets racy instantly.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully they'll do that the next 2 races, and I think that definitely provides good racing.
Well, Zach, next week is Volusia. We'll see you there, and nice job tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Zach McSwain finishing up in P2, and Well, Logan Rumsey was the third place finisher tonight, the driver for Slick Simsport in car number 41. And Logan, you led the first couple laps here tonight, ultimately come home in third. How would you evaluate your night? I know you wanted to win that thing, but it's tough to beat the 33 right now.
Yeah, I knew I was going to be good here. I won the pro qualifier race here, and I pretty much ran a similar setup in qualifying and stuff. And yeah, I started on the pole in that one too, and I just ran that little middle line the whole race, and it was pretty good. But Evan he's just crazy around every track. He just blew my doors off.
Yeah, you might need some new stickers on the side of your car. You might have sucked them right off. But Logan, after last week's disappointment, running out of fuel on the last lap, how good is it to come back out here the very next week and get your best finish of the year?
Yeah, we put extra fuel in for this week just to make sure, and yeah, it's definitely good for my points because I really lost a lot last week and I knew I was gonna be good here, so I just knew I'd run some consistent laps, lay down a good qualifying lap. It was gonna be good.
Well, Logan, nice job tonight. It was fun to watch, and we'll see you next Monday.
See ya. I just gotta thank Dylan Hauser for helping me out in the setup a little bit, and he was helping me the last 3 races, and I felt really good.
All right, well, Logan Rumsey's going to come home with a third-place run here tonight, driving car number 41. And, Tim, another race in the books and another race with no cautions.
Yeah, very clean, very respectful race between these drivers out here on round number 8 of this World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series, powered by iRacing. And after tonight, Evan C. continues to hold the lead and gained a couple more points, 2 races to go, 74 points. Look at 15th place. We have a tie for 15th between Hopkins and Selby for that final transfer spot into the next season's World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series. And oh, by the way, Jesse Wall 2 points back. Alex Bergeron within striking distance. Justin Knorr within striking distance. James Edens in 14th isn't safe. Chase Barber in 13th isn't safe. This battle for the top spot, Chase might be a little sewn up, but the battle for 15th on back and even the top 10 to try to get some prize money out of this, still far from decided.
Yeah, 15th on back is going to be fun to watch. But, man, a huge hit there for Dylan Yeager. Not here tonight. Entered the points in 3rd. Did not run tonight's feature. He drops all the way to 6th. Kendall Tucker jumps up there. Rumsey jumps up there. And Wilson jumps up there as well. So I would say the championship battle at this point, Tim, is Evan C's to lose. The most fun thing we're going to be watching for the rest of the year is going to be that race for 15th and that final lock-in spot to next season.
2 races left to go in this series, and we complete the season at Charlotte, but we go to Volusia in 1 week time for the penultimate round of this season. This is going to be a good race. We talked about Weedsport being tight and unique. Volusia is another one of those racetracks that always provides some great racing.
Yeah, it always kicks off the season for both the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series and the World of Outlaws Case Construction Late Models in the real world with the Dirt Car Nationals. And it is always good with the late models here on the iRacing simulation. So excited to get down to Barberville, Florida next week and see who parks it down there in Volusia Speedway Park Victory Lane.
It is going to be a fun week of racing next week on round number 9, but that will conclude this evening's racing action from Weedsport. And once again, Evan C. finds his way to victory lane to extend the point lead. On behalf of everybody here at iRacing and Chase Rodman, my name is Tim Terry. We will see you next week when we say, let's go racing for the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series powered by iRacing. Until then, keep the hammer down and we'll see you at the track.